put it out into the world imperfectly, 2 feet in, and it was truly, truly a... Hi, I'm Sharon Simone, and I'm the author of Yielding Life Unraveled, which is a book that I wrote during 2020. So this was a very pivotal book for me, a very, very pivotal moment in my life for me, because it was the year that I pushed past my fears and I put it out into the world imperfectly, 2 feet in, and it was truly, truly a pleasure, a relief, a triumph, a victory for me in doing so. So I was thinking about this book the other day, and it was just like, you know what, I'd like to bring it back, but actually have conversation about it, engage with it in a different way with all of you who've come to this channel, also interested in either having a discussion about, some of the things that happened to Viv in this book, how it may relate to your own life. If you have a book club, this might be a good accompaniment to your conversations. I was also wondering if there might be some things that you would have changed or done differently or thought about differently than Viv, given what I was thinking in that moment. So another thing that's really important about this book is it gave me space to think about this new world. I was thinking about how could I write this book from Viv's perspective, where her internal thoughts and feelings were on the page, where it was all in the present moment, that it could be in any city, lake, front, village, in the world. I also thought it was fun that, though, even though this obviously is my voice, it is not my person in the sense that Viv is not me. So this is not by any means a memoir. This is me playing with time and space. This is me playing with character. This is me really looking into what it would be like for this individual to find her way, first on her own, but then with the support of her family. So I hope you enjoy reading this book with me and the conversations that we will have. I also want to remind those who have purchased the book that there are a number of book club questions at the back. I'm forever an educator. So it was really important to me that I also include something that, people could engage with the book indifferently. So there's also those resources, if you will, at the back of the book, should you choose to go through those and reflect on them. So I'm going to begin chapter 1. I'm going to start at page 7 and end at 10, and then we'll come back and talk about context, what resonated for me in this moment when I was writing it, and also leave you with a question to also consider until our next episode. So here we go. Page 7, chapter 1. 4:58 a.m. is burning hot. The alarm will sound soon. I rub my eyes to force the fog away before gently nudging the snore. Cue, I whisper. The snore continues without missing a rise and fall. Cue, I say a little louder. 5 more minutes, Q pleads groggily, roughly dragging the covers over his head. You know what? Fine. I'm tired too, but you know the drill. Gritting my teeth, I throw off the covers, allowing the frigid air to attack. My legs refuse to move despite the goosebumps riding my body. How did I get here? Mom, you up? A soft voice pierces my thoughts, drawing my attention. Yes, Faith, I'm up. Mom, you remember you said you'd proofread my essay before work. The alarm scream jolts me to my feet. I slap it off and spin around to face my daughter. Faith, it's barely 5 o'clock, I plead. I barely remember my name, let alone what I promised you yesterday. With a grin, she snaps on the light and roughly shakes my arm. I know. That's why I got up now, so you wouldn't forget. Here it is. 5 more minutes, comes a muffled voice from deep under the quilt. Whatever, I sigh to no one in particular. I stretch my arms skyward, allowing my head to fall back. Mom! Faith! Did you hear me? Am I deaf? Good, gotta go bathroom. And with a shove of the binder and a flash of her robe, Faith vanishes. I stare blankly at the door for a few moments. A slight movement draws my eye back to the bed. I flick off the lights and shuffle to the kitchen. Falling into a wooden chair, I crack open to the cover page. The Great Depression, in bold red letters, stares back at me. Great, I grimace, as I try to get my mind to understand what my eyes are reading. Yada, yada, yada. So what do you think? Faith asks excitedly. What? So what do you think, Mom? She draws out slowly. Please give me a break. What do you mean? Faith, it's been 5 minutes. My frustration boils under the surface. Mom, it's been longer than that. Lord, this girl is testing me. I point to the wall. No! I glance up stunned to realize an hour and a half has already passed. Forget it, I murmur, annoyed with myself. I need a shower. Mom, this thing is due. I spin around, index finger low. Faith, back off. I'll figure it out after I shower. Hey, Viv, why didn't you wake me? Accuses Q, sprinting across the upstairs hallway to the bathroom. My head is pounding. I rest my face in my hands, leaning my elbows against the table. Mom! Faith! I need Faith. Now's not the time. Fine, she shoots back at me. Yanking her binder, Faith huffs towards her room. She thinks twice before firmly closing her door. Good. Anyhow she slammed that door would have been meaner. I need my temples. I ain't able with drama this morning. My head, I wonder if we got any aspirin. Time's ticking. I gotta get moving. The room swims around me as I lift my head. Not this morning. I don't have time for this morning. Rising, I jerk open drawer after drawer. This aspirin is hiding from me. When I gotta clean out this junk, I can't find anything in here. Slamming the last drawer, I turn around and lean against the counter. I quickly rub my hand towards in circles. I rub my hands together, in circles. Once fired up, I place them on my cold cheeks. I then take my newly warmed fingers and massage life back into my lids. Opening my eyes, they rest on the wooden cross. Q hung it above our doorway years ago when we just bought, or should I say mortgaged, this place. I forgot we even had it. How many times have I walked into this kitchen right underneath 2 wooden sticks, oblivious it was even there? How did I get here? Okay, Viv, I'm gone, Q says, racing to the door. I'm gone later. Right. The front latch clicks before I realize I didn't get a chance to peck Q on the cheek. He didn't seem to mind. I have to get moving. So that is how I started Yielding. And it was really fun to think about this time for Viv. You know, she starts in the morning and she's already exhausted. She starts in the morning and people are still relying on her to do XYZ things before she can even think about how she can get herself ready for the day. It jump starts and she's not ready to jump with it. And I thought this would resonate with a lot of working mothers. Am I right? Like, I'm wondering if this is something that also resonates with you. How do you start your day? Like, do you find that sometimes you wake up just as tired as when you went to bed? Do you find that, the first thing in the morning, everyone has demands or needs, before you can even think about what your demand or need is for yourself? And I was also thinking about the things that we take for granted in our home. Like many of us, our home is our sanctuary, our safe place, the place that we can just let ourselves be ourselves and not have to worry about being on or performing. But many times I was wondering if there are people out there, you perhaps, that things have been in your home for so long that you don't even remember that they're there. They doesn't have any use, doesn't have any significance. Is there meaning? And one of the questions that Viv continues to ask throughout this chapter is, how did I get here? And I can't tell you how many times I've said, or other people have said to me, that time just seems to be flying. You wake up one day and it's just like, oh, it's already been 5 years. So I'm wondering if there's ever been times where you've also wondered to yourself, how did I get here? Where has the time gone? So those are some of the reflection questions I'd love to leave with you. And I would love to hear how the first few pages that I've read resonate with you in the comments below. So again, if this is a series that you're really excited about or enjoying so far, I really encourage you to like and subscribe so that you can see the next episode and continue our conversations moving forward. And on that note, thank you.